Hello and welcome back to the making of Rapture. This is the Normandy episode. This was by far my favourite soundscape to create, and it's by far the most full. As you can see, there's a much larger number of audio assets than in the other maps, so I'll get on with explaining it. To begin with, I know I've got the wrong skybox in visual now, but this end is the end with the water on it. So to start, I've got the waves. I've just taken one of the loops that I had from the storm and placed it where it needs to be, taken the volume down, taken the pitch down a little bit and looped it, and set max distance so you can always hear it. It's just much quieter if you're at the other side of the map. Next I'll go over these. These are the two ambient loops which I'll place off of each corner just to vary up a bit. I didn't want everything to be purely left and right. Again, max distance is set so it just reaches the other corner of the level. These loops are collections of sort of gunfire and explosions, which have had a huge amount of wet reverb applied, so that it sounds like it's in the distance. And I just needed this to fill it out a bit, because when I only had all of my assets that are right next to the player, it felt very empty, because it felt like there's loads going on right around you and nothing sort of in the distance, which was weird. So they sit there playing. Next I've got these two voices. These are placed sort of similarly on the corners but right next to the platform. These are collections of, again, an American screaming some sort of war cries, things like move up and I'm pinned, things like that. Two loops again, as you can see, each little transient is one vocalizations if you want. Each one is slightly different, and they just play either side, constantly looping, quite quietly, so they're very low in the mix, but again it really helps to fill it out when there's so much going on. I've also got the ambient plane loop, which I quite like. This just sits there, up slightly off to the left, at low volume, and it's just a loop of a plane flying above that someone has recorded. I didn't record that one myself, unfortunately. Let's play. So it's basically that all the way through. And that's just constantly there again. It really helps fill out the ambient background before all of the explosions and gunshots have been placed on top of that. So just those layers alone make a really nice layer, and probably could have been something as that, but to keep up with it, I have added this object here, which uses my random sound script, and this selects one of 4 related rapid fire sounds. So these are all made out of the same samples, all just different lengths. So this gives the illusion of someone on a machine gun sat constantly in this position that's always firing at a slightly different rate. The last one is literally like 2 shots. That one is more like 15, 16. So every 6 seconds it plays one of them. And you might be thinking that would be it, because we found an object here, but with Normandy I have 3 rotation objects, each with 2 children. So on the first one I have one that literally plays a random selection of shots and explosions every 4 seconds as it rotates. This one is rotating at speed 12, which essentially almost like a degree a second, I believe. And another one which again is playing a different selection of explosions and single shots, and it's just opposite that one. In the next rotation object, this one I really like. Every 21 seconds it plays the plane fly by. It's I don't know why I've done it like that, but it works, I guess. And I've got another flyby that plays every 15 seconds. These ones rotate the map slightly slower, but it means every 15 or 21 seconds you get a really, really nice plane flyby from above. If you look, these ones are actually quite high on the map and above the player, and they're really, really, it's I think one of my favourite assets. Again, unfortunately I didn't have any of my own recording of the plane, so I sourced it online and just clipped it down to what I need. And the last one, 2 more children. These ones rotate much faster. These ones rotate at 20. Again, these are a selection of explosion sounds which again just surround the player as he's going around. I'm a big fan of these objects because they add so much depth to the game. But once we go into the game, we go into Normandy. So as you can see, a really huge, really full soundscape that doesn't really compare to any other ones. My favourite one, the most work went into this one. I'm really happy with it. So this has been another episode of The Making of Rapture. Thank you for listening.